Here I am, in the place to be. Mr. K&B, you can't fuck with me. Extra sexy, extraordinary. Palms are hairy, your mama pop.
Y'all, K&B the Sexy Ninja in the place to be, as always, for C Plus Studios, and welcome to the Sexy Ninjacast that usually drops every Sunday. It always will, but I just got out of a movie, and before we talk about that movie, let's talk about crazyhoodiez.com with a Z. crazyhoodiez.com with a Z. All designs created by Big Daddy. Also, go check out his podcast, Big Daddy Forever. If you're subscribed to the C Plus Studios feed, you will get Big Daddy Forever. He just dropped a 2-parter, amazing podcast, and I know he's going to drop a review for the movie we're going to talk about as well. So go check out Big Daddy Forever, or just go check out his YouTube channel, Big Daddy C Plus Studios. Go check it out right now. Show some love, Big Daddy Forever, and much love to Big Daddy for always being a supporter of KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the Sexy Ninja Cast, and every project that I pour my heart and soul to. Now let's just get into it. I might be a few weeks late, I finally saw Elvis. I can't describe how I'm feeling right now. All I can say is I have never bawled my eyes out so hard. And with my daughter there, my dad on the other side, I bawled my eyes out. I mean, not just, usually I cry in movies and, this and that. But when he was playing his last concert at the end of the movie, so spoilers, I know it's been a few weeks, everyone's seen it. But I am a huge Elvis fan. Growing up, that was the first music I was really introduced to as a kid, and falling in love with Elvis and watching all his movies and this and that. And I bawled because what the Colonel did to this man, and how this man went from, this shooting star, then being pulled back down, and this shooting star, then being pulled back down, and, unveiling some things. And my dad even asked me, he's like, is that true? I'm like, yeah, well, that's a little bit more on the nose and stuff like that. And I'm not saying this is the perfect Elvis movie, but it definitely hits a lot of emotions and a lot of buttons. There's some things that I wish I saw a little bit more of, especially when he was in the Army. A few things I skipped over, especially the movie career and how that just kind of fell in the tank. And the starting starts off a little bit jumpy, and it's definitely that style of the directors. And, his style, like he did with Moulin Rouge, Australia, The Great Gatsby, he has his own style. And in this movie, it starts off like that, starts really quick, and then it finally gets its groove, and you're just watching. And Austin Butler, oh my God, dude, like, holy crap on crackers. Oh, you nailed it out of the park, man. This guy deserves a fucking Oscar. Like I said, I got out of the movie, I got home, and like I said, at the end, I bawled so hard, especially when he started singing, and nice little montage of the real Elvis and this and that, and, it hit me a lot emotionally. And the reason why I was late seeing this movie is because my poor mom, me and her, we were going to see it, me and her love Elvis, and she got me into Elvis. And, this is a movie that we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to go see it this week. Okay, Mom, I got you. Then she got sick. Then she got sick again, and it just kept on happening over and over and over and over again. She kept on getting sick, and she finally got better, and she's like, we're going. Let's go. Let's get to the movie. So I got my little one, and we went to the movies. And I didn't know what I was expecting. I was a little like, okay, this could either be really, really good, or it could be really, really bad, or it could be right in the middle. And this sort of story should not be in the middle. Like show me the drugs, show me the controversy, show me, all this stuff. And let's break my heart. Take me down to the Heartbreak Hotel. And that's what the movie did. It took me down to Heartbreak Hotel, and oh man. And is it the perfect movie? No. Is it better than John Carpenter's Elvis? A little bit, because, with Colonel Parker and everything like that, it's crazy. I watched a documentary I used to watch a lot as a kid called This Is Elvis. It's out there too. And I recently found it, and I had the VHS. It was all black and had Elvis's face on the cover and said, "This is Elvis." Gives you a quick history of the documentary starts off like the night he dies, and it goes in, and Elvis is telling his story. And it just start to finish, his relationship with his mom and him being on TV and this and that, and the controversy of the wiggling of the hips, Elvis to pelvis. I never realized, I don't know why, I've seen that documentary, This Is Elvis, so many damn times. And I remember when I started it, producer Colonel Tom Parker, and I was like, bro, he is still making money. He was still making money after this guy died. And I'm glad we really touched on the Vegas stuff, because even my dad was like, yo, I thought he wanted to do Vegas. I was like, the money was calling. Every choice that Elvis has made was with the Colonel, but it was also Elvis's choice to go after the money, but the Colonel was so in his ear and twisting him and making 50% off him, 50-50. He's a manager that's supposed to make his artists more money than the manager's supposed to, but that's not, he was a carny, and he took advantage of Elvis, and when Elvis skyrocketed and this and that, and then he got to be pulled back down to earth and go to the army for 2 years, and that was the part of the movie I was really interested to see the take on, was him in the army. We didn't get to see that. Boom, boom, boom. It talked about him meeting Priscilla, and then, it moves on, and then like a little montage of his movie career. That was really quick too, because I was like, okay, there's some things that I want to really dive into. And I just saw another great documentary called The King. Oh my, I've been Elvis obsessed. Before this movie was, I've been like re-Elvising up, relearning everything that I had in my brain when I was a kid, because I used to study everything. I used to dance like him. I used to sing, and I used to try to play guitar, even though I didn't know how to play guitar, and all these things, and since my baby left me, that I was trying. I didn't have the voice like he did. But also everything I'm learning now, how he doubted himself a lot of the times, especially when he was coming up, and they didn't think of him as rock and roll. Rock and roll wasn't even a term yet, and he was considered hillbilly music, country music, and this and that. That's America, that's music and segregation and all this and that. But he loved the blues and the birth of rock and roll and where it came from and the history, being from Tupelo, Mississippi, all the great songs he's heard. And you should really check out this documentary called The King. And it's a really cool documentary about kind of like how the American dream died with Elvis, and everything that he dealt with, the death of Martin Luther King, and Kennedy, and this and that. And what was really cool was the comeback special in the movie, and how it was supposed to be an actual Christmas special. And Elvis was like, no. But what was really crazy is, like, every time Elvis defied the Colonel had to find a way to get him in. And that was the part where he shoots and he gets pulled down. Shoots and gets pulled down. And we got to see, I've heard about his angry outbursts he used to have. He used to just burst into anger, and throw things and get mad and this and that. And so, like, Austin Butler, man, I got to tell you, and his mannerisms and the way he was speaking like Elvis, everything, I was just like, dude, it's like I'm watching The King. And, like, there's so many great emotional, especially when Priscilla left, and I've always said, like, that's where the fall, and seeing the part in the movie where she's like, hey, we got something set up for you so you can get help, because those uppers, downers, the pills, and the doctor they had, just, and there's a very depressing scene where he collapses and they put his face in water, and the Colonel's like, that boy better be on that stage, tonight, blah, blah. Then his dad, he's like, hey, it was your choice. You're the boss, but not really, because the Colonel, and then when he fires the Colonel still fucks Elvis over and this and that, and puts him in the corner just to keep being his manager. And if you ever watch Elvis's final concert, it is depressing. Like, he's trying to have fun, but you can see the man's a mess to how out of shape he is, to he's messing up lyrics, and he's trying so hard. And then in the documentary The King, one of his maids ran upstairs, and she said when saw him on the ground, he says, "Don't look at me, please do something. Don't look at me, please do something." Like, he was ashamed for this person that came in and saw him dying, and he was still ashamed of the way he looked and the way, he felt. And there's a lot of Elvis content out there to controversy, like controversial stuff, to this and that. But I think this movie did really well to tie some things together, and it was really cool to see the relationship with him and B.B. King and this and that, and, and how much stuff Elvis lived with in that time period. How much America has changed in a rapid pace. How he was skyrocketed. He shook the nation, and all he wanted to do was sing. And then when he wanted to be a movie star like James Dean, and this movie really rocked my world. I personally would give it a 7 out of 10. Because like I said, it started off really like bam, 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 very flashy, very like, okay, where we're we going? Okay, where we're going? Okay, this is the Colonel Parker's story, but slowly unraveling, he got in debt, and then the Vegas deal, and it went from being like only 6 weeks to 5 years, and pills, and, it just seeing this man just dematerialize in front of us on the screen, and and then when he lost Priscilla, this movie definitely, I like I said, I bawled so hard, especially when he started playing Unchained Melody, and he's and Austin Butler's just giving that amazing performance, and it just hit me. It hit me so hard, and my daughter's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm just shaking, like, when you cry, like you're crying for someone you love, and this and that. This is how that movie broke me down. I think it's just because of all the audiobooks, the documentaries, everything I've been watching, and just this man's story of how he was brought to this point to where dying on a toilet, dying in his bathroom. And another part of this, the one main reasons it made me just like, well, it's because my grandma Chris, close, like, she's very near and dear to my heart. She passed away a long, long time ago, but I remember we loved Elvis. We played his music all the time, watched all the movies together, and I promised I'm sorry. I promised her, one day we're gonna go to Graceland together, and that was the part that really stuck in my mind. Sorry, that was the part that really stuck in my mind. Is that I'm sorry, get a little emotional. I never got the chance, and when she passed away, it was really, really hard. So, me and her had this big connection, and one of our biggest connections was movies. She really got me into movies, and she really got me into Elvis. And she always said, "Shieja, one day we're going to Graceland, baby." Sorry, just telling the story really hurts, because it never happened. I've never been to Graceland, and I've always told myself one day when I do go, it's for her, hold on. Sorry, let me get myself together here. Oof, I got all shook up, but yeah, that's where all that emotion came from in the starting of that movie. At the end of that movie. And everything I thought of, and my whole life, and how, life is short, and people could take advantage of you in such a crazy way, because he was only 42. He was only 42 when he died. And seeing this movie's awesome, man. Like I said, I give it a 7 out of 10 just because it started off a little rocky. I was like, where are we going with this and whatnot? And it just hit me so hard emotionally, the way I've listened to this man's music, to the way it's touched me, to the way it's like, it was Elvis's music was always there for me in really, really, really bad times, and this and that. And, seeing his story told and finally some things coming to light was really awesome, and brought back some great memories with my grandma, like great memories, and especially that one. And hopefully one day I do succeed and I get to Graceland, and it's going to be for Grandma Chris. And this podcast right now is for my Grandma Chris. I'm really glad I got to see it with my mom because it was really cool hearing her sing the music. My dad, too, he's like, oh, I like this song. Oh, this song, and the soundtrack was amazing. And, whew, man, I'm emotionally drained right now. Sorry for crying on y'all, but go check out the movie. Elvis, out now. It definitely rocked my world. I'm definitely going to own it. I'm probably going to see it over and over again and keep bawling my eyes out. And yeah. So after that, you're going to like and subscribe. You're going to share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. This is the Sexy Ninja Cast. And remember, it will still drop every Sunday, but we all also have these little treats that will pop out along the way. Go check out Big Daddy Forever, crazyhoodies.com with a Z, crazyhoodies.com. Check it out. Much love, much respect. And guys, thank you for always being here just to listen. When I talk, and hopefully, I inspire somebody, or, I want to make a difference in this world, and I want to bring light and positivity anyway, anyhow, and just share my passion and my love of things. And damn, this movie was definitely that. I gave it a 7 out of 10, so go check it out. Hit those likes, hit the subscribes, and drop your comments below if you've seen the movie as well, or if you have an Elvis story that you like to tell, that that you had a connection with your grandma, your mom, anybody. Drop those comments below. Hit like, hit subscribe. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Once again, this is the Sexy Ninja Cast, and whoop whoop.
Welcome to the wicked shit.